She came to clean the office, but her daughter came to change a billionaire's life. When the CEO mocked them, no one expected what happened next. Stay tuned, this story will make you believe in miracles. Subscribe to Black Inside 2.0 for more real-life inspiration. The marble floors gleamed under the morning sun, and the skyline of New York painted the glass walls in silver and gold. Inside that office, the air was always cold, even when the sun burned outside. Henry Whitmore, the CEO of Titan Corp Industries, leaned against his massive desk, surrounded by a team of executives in blue suits. They whispered about profit charts and quarterly losses, but Henry's voice cut through the air like a blade. If this code isn't fixed by tomorrow, we lose the investors. Do you understand? Silence. Heads lowered, no one dared to speak. At the door, Martha, the building's cleaning maid, quietly entered, holding a mop in one hand and her daughter's backpack in the other. Sorry, sir, I just need to clean before your next meeting, she whispered. The CEO didn't even glance at her. Just don't touch anything. Behind her, Zara, Martha's 10-year-old daughter, peeked curiously at the glowing computer screen. Rows of code, red error lines blinking like little warning lights. Mom, that red means it's broken, Zara said softly. The room erupted in soft chuckles from the executives. Henry turned, smirking. Oh, and what does little Miss Mop Bucket know about computers? Martha's cheeks burned with embarrassment. Sir, please, she's just... No, Henry interrupted. Let's hear it. Since my $10,000 an hour programmers can't fix this, maybe your genius daughter can. He laughed, tapping the keyboard mockingly. The executives joined in. Martha's hands trembled, but Zara just stood still, eyes focused on the screen. You know what? Henry said, leaning forward with a grin. If your daughter can fix this mess, I'll give you my mansion. Deal. Gasps filled the room. Martha stammered. Sir, please don't joke like that. I'm dead serious, Henry said. Let's make this interesting. He stepped aside, arms folded. The men behind him smirked, sure it would be entertainment. Zara took a deep breath, walked to the desk, and stood on her toes to reach the keyboard. Can I try, Mommy? She whispered. Martha hesitated, then nodded. Go ahead, baby. The little girl's fingers danced on the keys. She didn't know fancy corporate words, but she understood patterns, colors, logic, the things she learned by watching free coding videos in the library while her mom cleaned. 5 minutes, then 10. The laughter in the room faded to silence. Zara's eyes narrowed. She clicked one final line, pressed enter, and the screen blinked green. Error fixed. Read the display. The computer beeped once, and then the company's main system loaded, fully restored. Gasps, shouts, disbelief. One of the engineers rushed forward, checking the code. It's perfect. She actually did it. Henry's grin vanished. He leaned over the desk, face pale. Who told you how to do that? Zara looked up innocently. No one. I just saw what was wrong. The executives whispered in awe. Martha's eyes filled with tears. Sir, my daughter reads a lot. She's always been good with numbers. Henry stepped back, lost in thought. Impossible. He turned to his team. Get me our, now. But before anyone could move, Zara softly asked, So, do we get the mansion? The room fell silent again. Henry looked down at the little girl, the child of a maid who just saved his $1 million company. That night, Henry sat alone in his office, watching the security footage again. Zara's small hands moving across the keyboard. The precision, the confidence. He opened her file. Nothing. No records. Just, dependent of employee. Martha Johnson, janitorial staff. He frowned. Something about her reminded him of himself as a kid, curious, underestimated, hungry to prove something. He clicked open an old folder on his computer. A childhood photo of him at 10 years old, sitting in a small-town library, learning his first line of code. He whispered, I used to be her. When Martha arrived the next morning, security guards led her and Zara into the boardroom. Henry was waiting. Mrs. Johnson, he said calmly, I owe you an apology. Martha shook her head. Sir, please, it's okay. We're just happy she could help. Henry smiled faintly. Help. She did more than help. She saved my company. He stood, holding a large white envelope. Inside is a scholarship offer. Zara will study at the top tech academy in the city. Fully funded. Martha covered her mouth, tears spilling. Oh my God, thank you, sir. Zara looked confused. What about your mansion? Henry chuckled softly. You'll earn one even bigger someday. Months later, Titan Corp's new app launched successfully. Investors returned. Zara's story went viral, though Henry kept their names private. But one night, an email appeared in Henry's inbox. Subject: You promised your mansion. Attached was a document, a legal transfer deed, signed electronically under his name. Henry froze. What the? He called his lawyer. Did you send this? No, sir, the lawyer replied. But it's valid. You signed this on the day she fixed your code. The system auto-approved it because she repaired the signing protocol. Henry's hands trembled. Zara hadn't just fixed the company's system, she had unlocked his auto-authorization feature, and the mansion was now legally transferred to Martha Johnson. He laughed out loud, sinking into his chair. That little genius outsmarted me, again. He picked up his phone and called Martha. Martha? It seems your daughter already took care of the paperwork, he said, chuckling. Silence on the other end. Then laughter, mixed with disbelief and tears. Sir, are you serious? Henry smiled. Completely. I gave my word, and apparently, my code did too. 10 years passed. A massive new tech company, Z-Tech Innovations, rose to fame, founded by none other than Zara Johnson, the child once mocked in a CEO's office. At her company's first public event, she stood on stage and smiled at the cameras. People once said I didn't belong in rooms like this, she began. But I learned something important. Genius doesn't care where you come from. It only cares that you never stop believing. In the front row sat an older Henry Whitmore, clapping proudly. As the lights dimmed, he whispered to himself, I gave her my mansion, and she built an empire. Sometimes, life tests our pride through the people we least expect. The man who mocked a maid learned that brilliance has no title, and the little girl he once doubted became his greatest teacher. Believe in those who are overlooked, they might just change the world. Subscribe now to Black Inside 2.0 for more emotional stories that touch your heart and open your mind.